Okie dokie.
Y'all saw something pop up?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So we're into pointers right now, and we talked about pointers being a memory address. And if I started writing some things down, you know, this is something that maybe you could do once in a while. One of the things I've heard is when a class is over, you know, within the next hour, you lose so much. Within 5 hours, you lose so much. By the next day, you lose so much. So the quicker you can get to homework, the better you can retain what the lesson was, and it'll help make it more permanent. So if yesterday afternoon you would have gone and sat down and wrote int asterisk pointer, you would be saying something like pointer holds a memory address. You know, we could have had int x. We could have given x a value of 25, and then I would say pointer equals, what would pointer have equaled to point to the location of x? Matt says ampersand, thank you. So we have that. And again, this is holding memory addresses, and that was getting us off to a quick start. And then if I did something like cout, and I dereferenced, you know, we put that in the asterisk in there, pointer, it would actually display that value from up above 25. Not so bad. I remember the first time when I was learning this after I forgot it from back in college, and how I had to keep going through in my head to keep everything straight. Then we started with things like an array, and we said the name for the array is just like a pointer. Okay, those two work together hand in hand. And we did some things like we were outing pointer. And when I did a cout of pointer, what did that give me?
Memory address?
Yeah,
right?
it gave me the memory address. If I put an asterisk in front of it, what did it give me? Well, if I had these two switched, maybe it would be a different story. But if I did an asterisk pointer, it would give me the
value.
Yeah, the first value in that array from up above that we were talking about. Okay, so we have it's kind of like a new data type almost. We have this thing called a pointer, and everything we've done up to this point, whenever we're learning data types, we declare variables of that data type. You know, again, this is a pointer, so it's sort of a data type. It stores a memory address, and we've been able to work with it. When you get to section 9.5, we talk about things where, what if I said array is less than pointer? You know, is that a legal statement? You know, it'd be part of a Boolean expression, of course, but is this okay? Array is less than pointer. Well, the answer is yes, because it's going to compare memory addresses. So all of my relational operators, less than, equal to, and so on, they all can be used to compare memory addresses. Now, my question is, when am I ever going to compare memory addresses? And my answer is, I don't know. But it's in the book, and I thought it's worth mentioning, so I put it on there. Now, we get to 9.6. 9.7, excuse me. 9.7 is just like everything else we've learned with methods and a data type. I am able to pass those things in. Like I was able to pass in X. I was able to return calc, an X, an int, a data type. So I have my parameter list, my signature. I have my return types, and these are all type int. Well, just like that, I can also have this done with pointers. And when you were taking a look in section 9.7, you had all this kind of information for pointers. I'm now taking a look at program 9.11, and I start to see that I have up in my prototypes, void get number. And what is the data type that I'm passing in? a pointer. Just like everything else, before we would put in, that was the heading, not necessary, but we put in what data type is going to be passed. So when I would get down and get ready to call get number, I'm looking at something like get number, ampersand, and then something like number. Okay, so what am I doing now? This looks kind of familiar. It's working as a reference variable, and we've seen this before where I'm going to be able to return it. This time I'm using pointers though, so it's going to work nice for us. In program 911, you saw this. You saw where it's going to happen. When I actually got, so this was in my main. When I actually got down to the method, I was doing void get number.
Yeah, I can burn my lips.
Somebody needs to mute. Int. Now remember, this is the reference part, right? So ampersand, and then you should see a line that says input. Prototype, the call, the function heading. Okay? Questions? Well, just like I'm now looking at program 912, and it's doing a lot of the same type of thing, but this time it's showing how arrays can be used the same as pointers. And if you remember back at the end of class on Thursday, you were asked to write a program, and I wanted the program all to be written with arrays. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you all did that. Now this is setting us up to pass and pass. Now here's my next question. I want to get ready, and instead of a void, I'd like to return one. So we did not do, let me check my code listings for a second. We did not do it, but I'd like you to go to page, it's program 915. Remember, I have the 8th edition, not the 9th. So if you could go to my book, it's 572, but I'm looking at program 915.
It's 35 in mine.
What page? 535.
Yes.
Okay.
Found it.
Now, we just mentioned a moment ago how we like to have parameters that are pointers. Well, if you take a look at 915, and I wish I would have had you type it in so you have an idea of what's going on, you see where we have, with me?
Jabula.
Chabola.
Huh?
What?
Sorry, I was trying to get my dog away from my stuff.
What's the dog's name?
Jabula, that's be happy in Zulu.
Okay. That's you, Cassius? Cassius, was that you?
Yes.
Okay. That could be an extra credit question on the test. What's Cassius' dog's name? Jabula.
How to spell that?
Yeah.
Well,
Cassius,
just,
how do you spell that?
you could just put be happy. Be happy.
Do we need to specify that it's in Zulu?
Jabula. There you go. That looks good to me. Okay, so if you're looking at 915, we're now looking at a prototype of how do I return a pointer. What used to be just int space get random number, you notice that it's int space asterisk. Just like I would lay out a regular variable name like int space asterisk pointer, I'm doing the same kind of thing here. I'm putting the int in front of it. So that's kind of nice that it's similar to what we've done before. It's going to match up with the consistency. If I take a look on the next page and I actually look at the function, you should see int space asterisk again, which means my return type is going to be a pointer. Inside of here, I declare a pointer, int asterisk array. Down below, I'm going to return array because my return type is a pointer. Remember, this is int space, so this is declaring my array. In the declaration section, I set it up. Remember, down in the program, the asterisk is almost being used a separate way. You're all good with that, right? Up here, it's declaring a pointer. Down in my program, it's dereferencing it. Should I say that again?
Yes.
Okay. When I say int, asterisk, pointer, I'm using the asterisk as part of my declaration of a pointer. Down in the program, so say I have int x, x gets a value of 25. Okay. Down here, I'm going to start with pointer equals ampersand x. And now here's the second time I'm using it because I'm dereferencing x to give it the value of 25. So this is one place where we see it. That's the declaration. Down here is the second place we see the use of the asterisk, and that's to dereference it so that the pointer can go to that memory location and assign it the value of 25. Capiche?
Yes.
Matt, okay, I think Matt was one of the ones I heard
And-
yes. Go ahead. So when I was looking at 915, we saw that asterisk being used here to declare it. But when I came down here, I wanted to return the memory address that is at ARR. That's what's getting returned, a memory address. Okay. Not asterisk ARR. We don't want the value of the first thing of the array. That's where the difference comes in.
So is it dereferencing back in the beginning where it says int asterisk ARR null part?
No, that's almost like it's a second operator. You mean up here? Yeah, that's just, this is the important part. The int space asterisk. That's telling me it's going to be a pointer to a 4-byte memory location.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into breakout rooms. I think I'm going to need like 7 of them because you're going to go in pairs and it'll randomly put you in. And what I want you to do is go back to your programs with the arrays in. And I want you to make this with arrays. Make a, let me get that out of there so you don't see it. I want you to go back and I want you to add a function to fill the array where that's the return type. Array is the return type. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So in the program that I asked you to write at the end of class Thursday, I don't know how you filled your array, probably implicitly or something. What I'd like you to do first of all is go back to that program, one of the two of you. I want you to make a function that allows the user to input values into an array. And when you do that, I want the array to be the return type. This is just for practice doing it. Once you get this done and you're happy, you're a pair, then I want you to take your program and change it all from arrays to pointers. Questions?
Comments, concerns.
I don't know what that was. That must have been Abula. Okay. I'm gonna stop the recording and then I'll put you in breakup rooms.